Good day everyone, Brad here from home, because how do you bring Disney home with you? With every Disney park in the world currently closed, I'm going to show you some ways that I bring Disney home, whether it be artwork, projection shows I make, Happily Ever After. A lot of people really miss that, not being able to see it. I'm going to actually show you at the end of this a really cool way to do it at home. Hopefully you get some cool ideas from this, or things you yourself would like to buy. So this is in no particular order. I'm just going to point out some things that I really like that makes home a little more magical. First up, starting with Walt, we have Disney art. Here you'll see some attraction posters I have. I've got 3 of them: Tomorrowland, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, and a classic movie black and white poster here. There's the one of the Winnie the Pooh pictures I got, and this is from the art store Disneyania over in Disneyland. Now you can buy these in the parks, or you could look online. If you see here, they have various options, just about the same inventory, if not more, actually in the websites online. So if you want your Disney art fix, you can do that. Also, it's good to get these things and just browse around to get inspiration. Here you'll see a little picture I did with Baymax and Pooh. I just kind of had the idea walking through the Disney art store one day. And then this right here is a big owl. It's like the new cardboard art you see. It's kind of layered. This one's not finished though, but it's really fun to just try and get inspired by Disney art by either having some around the house or just looking at it. Alright, so next up we have the Disney Festivals Cookbook. I got this at Disney California Adventure for $30. I'm pretty sure they sell it at Epcot as well. But this book is great because it consists of the 4 holiday festivals they have at Epcot and the 2 they have at California Adventure. I did not see this one on shopdisney.com, but I do feel like you could probably find it in some other places. Just really any Disney cookbook in general would be a great option for staying at home. You'll see I have a lot of tabs on things. These are items I intend to cook someday. I am by no means a master chef. Now this right here is one of the things I have made. They're very good. Peppermint cookies. I've made a total of 2.5 things in this book. The other one was like a wine thing, but I couldn't make a certain salmon because you needed maple crown royal, and I've checked everywhere and I don't think they make maple crown royal anymore, so I just used the regular one. This is a great cookbook, especially if you're a fan of any of the festivals at Epcot or California Adventure. I always find them a lot of fun. With this you can make as much as you want of any of those things. I will admit some of these recipes can be a little more challenging, but don't pass up this book if you see it or find any other Disney themed cookbook out there. Then you have these U-Gear models. You've probably seen these in the theme parks. They're basically wooden pop-out models that you put together. What's really unique about them though is they can actually do things. They have various functions. I will say though, these are very difficult to make. I like to consider myself very good at building things, but I just had a lot of difficulty getting most of these to even function. For example, with this castle here, you're supposed to turn this spire in the back, and the top twists open and the doors open, but you don't really see anything happening here. Now this one is the train, and this is actually a trolley. I just set them together. I think it looks better. Now these all have various different mechanisms to make them work. In the case of the train, it's a wind-up with a rubber band, and that causes it to go forward. This one actually works very well. Now these can all be found also on shopdisney.com. They even have a new one I see down there, the teacups. Never seen that one before. The monorail is one that I can't even get to move with the way the gears are. However, it is a lot of fun to open and close the doors, because that works just fine. Overall, a lot of fun, though I must remind you, these can be very difficult to get to work properly. Then you have this behemoth. This thing is huge. This is the Disney Wonder. Definitely love this ship. Spent a good bit of time here on a cruise, but when you can't go on a cruise right now because none of the sailings are going on, you're stuck with buying a huge model. Now this one was $500 and I got it on Etsy from Savvy Boat Models, I believe is what it was called. I'm moving it over here so we can get a closer look at the detailing on this boat. This thing's actually made of wood. That's what's so impressive about it. Now, you'll see a lot of this is just stickers, so they're not quite aligned right. Some of like the side here is missing when I got it. If we look up on the main deck, now some of this stuff I actually tried to detail myself and it didn't turn out quite right. And one of the problems is this does get dusty and it's very difficult to clean because of all the small fragile details you really don't want to break. But overall, fantastic model. Again, this is on Etsy. They have different Disney Cruise Line ships. They have different sizes too. It changes all the time though, from what I've noticed looking at the inventory. So stop by Etsy and if you search Disney model cruise ship, you'll find them no problem. I guess now's a good time to point out another one of my favorite ways to bring Disney home is the robes. This here is a Grand Californian robe. Got this one a couple months back. I believe it was 75. It was either 75 or 85. This one I got at the Grand Californian itself. You can get it embroidered too, if you get it there in the park. I didn't because I was leaving that day, but you can do it if you get it early enough in advance. Now, if you want a Disney robe and you want one now, Shop Disney does have a Disney Cruise Line robe available, and they also have a black Tower of Terror one, which looks really cool, so I highly recommend checking that one out if you're interested. The next thing may seem a little weird because no one's probably going to really understand it. Fat Cat hot sauce. Over in Coronado Springs Resort down in Disney World, and the Mercado? I can't remember the name of the quick service place, but they have various types of this Fat Cat hot sauce, which is really awesome because usually in Disney restaurants like that, you just have ketchup, mustard, the really basic stuff. So I was very surprised to see something like this. And not only that, it was actually so good that when I got home, I went and ordered more online. I ordered it for the first time because they didn't sell it there. I thought they'd sell it in the store at the resort, but they don't. So I ordered it and I use it all the time because it is fantastic. Next thing we have is candles, actually. There's a company called Magic Candle Company, and they make these fantastic candles. Tons of them. They're a little more pricey, but they burn for a long time and they smell very good. Most of them do, I should say. Some of them just smell great. Like Floridian, for example, is one of my favorite scents. It doesn't really remind me of Grand Floridian. It's also the same as the contemporary one they sell. Some of the ones they sell are duplicates. Then you have some that are very accurate and smell great, like Banshee Flight. This is also the Fiji scent you smell over in Soarin'. Then you have some that are very accurate and not great at all, like Rome Burning. This is the scene from Epcot on Spaceship Earth. And you go through Rome and you get that quick whiff of Rome burning. You know, I thought it'd be cool, and it's very accurate. They did an amazing job with this candle, but I didn't really realize you don't want your house smelling like that for a long time. Overall though, fantastic. Check out the candles if you want to bring a little bit of that Disney feeling home with you. And finally, we have Legos. Disney, Star Wars, tons of different Legos. This year's the big UCS Millennium Falcon. This is the largest Lego set they've ever made. But more so if you want a specific Disney feeling, we've got this. The Lego Cinderella Castle. I believe this was, I think it's $350 or $400. It's pretty expensive, but let me show you how tall this thing is. I'm standing next to this, and it's huge. I can't really get it all in this frame. I'm trying to reach up to the top. It's surprisingly large, but the best part about this is what I decided to do one day when I wanted to see some projection shows from home. And here it is. This is a Brookstone mini projector. So I had the idea of finding videos on YouTube that show the fireworks shows, the Celebrate the Magic, and the other one they had, Once Upon a Time. That's all they had at the time. But I thought, what if I found a video, played it through a projector onto the Lego castle? So what I needed was the right elevation. That's why you see this crazy configuration here. I got this like Lego pizza truck, taped it on top of a wine bottle, so it would be just the right elevation, and then you would tape it at the right angle. So one end is going into the charger, and it holds a long charge. The other has an HDMI, which I connect to my laptop, play the video, and I'll show you some of what this looks like when it's being done right. Now here you'll see a little bit of happily ever after. I'm just kind of chopping it up a bit. You can't really see much other than the castle projector itself, but in person you can see so much more. It just looks so amazing at nighttime doing this. I would highly recommend trying it out. Here's the finale of Once Upon a Time. I did this in the daytime. The projector's not aligned either, unfortunately, for this one. But I did this mainly so you could see how it kind of looks, because it wouldn't show up at night. Celebrate the magic. Really, any video out there that's a stable, steady camera doing a nighttime projection show will work. I used to use this table here. Now this is all in the way. But you would put the castle. You can get some extra Lego buildings, put them on the sides, and then fill it with minifigures all throughout the middle, and it makes a really amazing show. And you just put the speakers near your head, and it's a fantastic setup. Alright, that is going to do it for this kind of weird list of ways to bring Disney at home. At least things I do. Hopefully there's something in here that you found interesting, or you might want to do yourself, or you might want to buy. For the projection video though, if you have any questions, I can kind of help anyone out who wants to try and do it, because it's nice having the Lego castle, it really is, but doing the projection show on it is amazing. It just feels like you're actually there, especially if you're like sitting on the floor and you got the little Lego people sitting in front of it. It's a fantastic time. But that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching. The caravan is moving on.